This is Patty Becker. I am here to share with you a little bit about this new podcast that is about to come to life. And because it's the first episode, I am nervous and scared and terrified, really. But it is something that's been on my mind and in my heart for the longest time. I really wanted to share my love and passion for both tarot and creativity, and I absolutely love doing readings and learning about the impossible coincidences and these amazing synchronicities that take place when a reading meets the confirmation or the needed information, and when it changes life. And the creativity part of it is that, well, without beauty in the cards, they wouldn't really speak so deeply and so intimately to our spirit, to our psyche. So creativity is not only part of tarot, but is also part of developing your intuitive abilities. When we create, we tap into the subconscious part of ourselves, and that's where a lot of treasure, a lot of junk, a lot of old beliefs and systems that no longer serve us are buried. So that is when creativity in a gentle and impactful way can help us get in touch with the shadow, with the problem, but also gain trust that we innately know what is going on within us. We just sometimes need help. So tarot is really helpful. Creativity is really helpful. Both my favorite modalities to work with. And this podcast is for those who either starting their affair with tarot or are adept at tarot cards and would like to just listen and maybe gain some new insights or share or give us all some of your own experiences with your creativity and tarot and anything really metaphysical and spiritual, because this channel really is about tools that can serve us on daily basis. The reason why it is called Goddess on a Coffee Break is because we've got just so little time during the day and so many modalities and prompts and journaling and meditation and yoga and all of these spiritual practices that they're just impossible to fit in short schedule. So I would like to offer the essence of some of these ideas and also share the way that you can use tarot for your own daily practice and to deepen your intuition. I love to teach tarot. It is one of my favorite things to do. I started to teach professionally during the first year of the COVID, and it was year 2020, October, and people really needed to get together. And it was a small group. It was maybe 5 of us. We really needed the company to share experiences, to ask questions, just to be there for each other. And so what I introduce in all of my classes and workshops is simple truths about tarot, really. And that is how to connect with it, how to learn from the start, or how to reignite your connection with your tarot deck if you have one. And on one hand, it's simple truth, but also all of those things are really, really important in order to really create a lasting and beautiful relationship with your tarot cards. One of the best way to connect with your tarot deck is having a joyful and spontaneous approach to your cards. Don't take them morbidly seriously, and I have been guilty of that once upon a time when I felt like my life depended on readings, which I was feverishly doing daily, that was way over my head. I think that if I have added some lightness and joy and a little bit more playfulness to that practice, I would have gone much farther, much faster. So play with your cards and have fun with them. Enjoy their beauty. Enjoy the art. Connect with the symbols. Look for meanings behind certain colors that speak to you. Open them up. Just lay them all on your bed facing up and just look at all of them. Does anyone of these cards speaks to you? Does anyone feel like there is some sort of special connection? And maybe there is a card that is particularly scary or feels like it has not a happy vibe at this moment. So this is all way to connect with your cards that build your intuition and your relationship, and also makes things a little bit easier for you later on if you have a difficult reading or if a spread is kind of enigmatic and you don't know the exact meaning. You can always come back to those moments when you're first noticing symbols, patterns, interesting people on the cards, or animals, or patterns of, sacred geometries, or whatever it is on your card. Have fun with it. Connect to the artwork. So I know I already mentioned that, and we were talking about playing with the beautiful artwork that we can enjoy on the cards. But this is what's going on with the actual artwork. There are people behind all of these creations. Yes, they are the makers, like the famous Thoth tarot deck. The infamous creator actually had a brilliant artist behind the incredible Thoth tarot deck. And Lady Frida Harris, she was relentless about some of her approach to the cards, and she imbued them with very symbolic, incredibly advanced for the time art, and that's one of an example of decks that give us amazing opportunity to connect with symbolism and art and mysticism and all sorts of esoteric things. But by all means, look for the artwork that speaks to you. To learn tarot and build lasting relationship with it, you need to stay in touch. It's like with a friend. A great relationship doesn't need a constant connection. Sometimes we have those friends that we connect every once a while, maybe even once a year, maybe even once 5 years. And then when you do meet, it feels like it was yesterday that you last connected and spoke and exchanged the vibe and happiness and joy of seeing each other, right? But if you want to learn tarot, like really understand the deeper meaning behind the cards, you have to stay in touch. You have to build a relationship. You've got to understand the vibe. And tarot will speak to you personally because certain cards will show up in your readings and they will pertain to something that resonates within you. And so there are cards that show up in readings that I do for others that indicate something very specific. I just know and trust that this is the message from me for that person, and that this very personal connection with the card is how this shows through me for my clients and friends and everyone else that wants to do reading with me. So by staying in touch with your cards, I suggest doing readings as often as possible, comfortable, and as long as you keep it in a playful and respectful manner. Staying in touch with your cards also means taking notes. So when you keep a track of your progress and when you stay in touch with your cards and you understand that there is certain message for you that's coming through, if you just pull a card a day and that's right before you run to work and you don't have time to journal about your progress, just leave it on a place that you can come back to later too. So maybe your altar or your nightstand, anywhere where you will see the card in the evening, and then sit down to it for 10 minutes and look at the card and ask yourself a question if the day and the card were equal in energy. And if you're not sure, it's always good to have a little book or a guide, or you can open internet and find a million of pages that will explain the meaning behind your card. So if you keep a track of what's going on, you can also see patterns. So like certain cards are showing up over and over again. Last Monday, 2 weeks ago, a month ago. Sometimes those are very important big cards, maybe major arcana cards, or sometimes it's some little information that is trying to get through and you weren't paying attention to. So also you will have a better understanding of what is a pattern of the information that is coming your way when you take notes. And of course, with that comes the last step, number 5 or number 1. I'm not sure which one I'm going at this point. And so that is to expand your knowledge. And that comes with step number 4 in a way, because when you do your practice and when you start getting more and more curious about certain meanings and aspects of your readings or your specific cards, you start reaching into other sources, or like me, you might start hoarding books about tarot. If you have a small house, I don't recommend it, but it is a lot of fun, so I do recommend it. Reach to a reader or someone in your neighborhood that does readings. I can guarantee you there's someone out there that will be happy to do a reading for you, so you can kind of get a sense for yourself what it feels like. I do love the local little shop readers. I'm part of one of those shops. They're amazing. There are the ways to connect. Like you can ask me. I'll send you a link to my good friend and she will do a reading for you. Oh my God. Anyways. Yeah. Much fun. I really would love to get you guys connected with some of the people that helped me so much. Okay, so this is the 5 steps. Maybe I got a little bit off track here, but the last thing I want to say for this episode, which I hope is not way too long, is my hopes, dreams, and desires, and my intention for this channel is to build community, period. Community to me means group of people that somehow feel connected through shared, my gosh, what can we share, right? Experiences, feelings, emotions, past lives, future lives, perspectives. Maybe, just maybe, we're crossing through the same intersection and then you guys go somewhere else and the rest of us go somewhere else and I go somewhere else, and that's okay. Those intersections are really where the exchange happens. So I hope this channel really is an intersection for all good things, all good vibes. I'm not afraid and I will not stay away from talking about the shadow stuff and where we need to really heal. And when I talk about well-being, I'm not just about bubble baths, although yes, I am a big fan of those, but what we really need is a deep healing and deep change, and and letting go of old structures. And so it is my hope that this channel will bring wisdom and healing and joy and happiness and many blessings to you all. Share with me your thoughts and ideas and what you would like to hear and what are your questions and ideas for directions. I love you all very much. Bye.